Ha. Most people make me not believe in love. I wanna marry him. Most people make me wanna give up. I wanna breathe for him. What is up, everybody? I'm Valentine here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little gross right now. Keeping it 1,000 with you, okay? A little bit crusty, a little dusty, and a little musty, honestly. Just to be 1,002% with you, a little musty as well. Okay, I need to go to the gym. Today is a very big day. I have a manager interview at my job, for one. And then I am doing an audition for Dear Soul Music Co., like the concert thing, community concert. And then immediately after that, like low-key within that time, like I need to be on the way to a doo-wop something, what's it called? It's called something dope event, some sort of LA collaboration something, right? So going to that, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to like sign up. I'm hoping I might have to like leave the Dear Soul thing a little early just so I can get there. Cause the Dear Soul thing's supposed to end at like 7:45, I wanna say. I just popped my pimples because I'm anxious. But I need to like go to the gym. Like I don't got time to be sitting here being anxious. Like, where's my my glasses? I just had them. Oh yeah. Yeah, so we got a lot going on, but we still have to do the thing. So I woke up at 4 a.m. today because I went to sleep last night. Like, bitch, I'm not about to be able to get anything done when I was sleepy how I was. So I was like, if you go to sleep right now, I think I fell asleep around 9. If you go to sleep right now, then I will get up at 4 a.m. And I did get up at 4 a.m. Journal, did my nails. I have the crust around them a little, but hopefully it'll come off by the time I'm like done with my shower. I can like scrub it away. I'm back because my apartment gym was closed and I can't go to my other gym looking musty and dusty and crusty because my husband might be in there. Oh, so I have to like unmustify myself and try to get there ASAP. This must be why the voice in my head was like, you need to go, just go, just go, just go, because then I would have found out. And you know, anyways, let's get it together. I don't know if I do that right, but y'all, your girl is clean. Look at my face. Let's just go. Yeah, my credit card is due. I'm looking sporty and cute, which is what I like. Let's go ahead and get in the GEM.
They'll say that we're so in love, and they can see fairy dust all around us when we touch, like the feel.
Cause you've been lining all up, nobody.
You call, you ask me, that's your way. This ain't from the jump. I won't complain in your face. Girl, if you give me your heart, I'ma treat you with some grace. Anytime you call me up,
this is the performance. Problems in the lump sums, into the coops, fuck a +1. You lazy, like I know it like this Cajun. I don't wanna hear about your trauma. This not a session for therapy. You better go talk to your mom. Cause bitches sound like you a parody. Yeah, I might be nice on the surface, but trust me, I'm full of that.
it's still the same old shit. Ain't gonna talk about it. Then you ain't gonna walk about it. K-I-N-G ain't be the same. And it ain't be the same. Let's go. I was dead.
Did we not enjoy the DJ singing at the end of the Get You Vibe with the Daniel himself? That's that. Alright, this song is called Give It Up. It's called Like a Crush. I'm gonna go back to me.
You got it. I love your dress.
Much of my pilot, please. I don't exist, niggas just
I left. There was like two people I really wanted to see perform. Cry Rock and Kara, I'm sorry. I might be saying it wrong. Fuck. You know, I had this girl I used to work with where her name was like Kara or Kara or whatever, and everyone would always say the other one wrong. And then now I have a girl that I also work with, and she has the same thing, and I'm just like, I don't fucking know. God, I'm sorry, but anyways, wanted to see them both perform, but I usually never sit here. Look at me with this off-brand juice. This is where I'm at financially. I'm trying to make smart decisions. Anyways, y'all, I don't even really have the money to like go do all this stuff, but it's truly just like a investment of what I actually want to do. But yeah, they didn't go. Okay, first of all, the host was adorable. What a sweetheart. There was one point where he did this thing where he's like, everyone turn off the lights. He like turns off the lights, and they're like, all right, everyone put on your phone light if you're being too hard on yourself. Some people put on their lights. He's like, turn on your light if you have ever felt like afraid to chase your dream. Other people turn on their lights. He's like, something like along the lines of, turn on your phone light if you've been going through a rough time type thing. And it's like everyone has their light on. And it's just like, oh my God, like we're all human beings and everyone's like actually trying, you know? I just love that. It just makes you think, it just makes you see, it makes you connect and just recognize that like you're truly not alone in like trying your best. And to see all these people that are like hoping, hurting, and trying, it's such a beautiful thing, and it's so humanizing of other human beings that you're around, and it was very sweet. This one dude though, he said that okay, first of all, I was in a bubbly ass mood, flirty, like having fun. Obviously I was like serenading the host Jeremy. He was so cute. But I didn't like, I don't know, I just didn't think about like, okay, anyways, let me get into the point. So I talked to this one dude and he was like, oh, your beat's trash. He might see this. If you see this, hello. He was like, oh, your beat's trash. But like the way he said it was like, oh, your performance was good, you were good, but the beat was trash. And it was like, something about it just didn't offend me. Like, I don't know, maybe I've just grown to where like, if people don't like my work, I'm not necessarily like falling apart. I think it's taken a lot of time to get there. But there's always going to be people that like truly just don't fuck with it. But he did fuck with it. He just didn't like the beat. He said the beat was trash. Now I'm new to producing. He's asking me like, what do you use, and all this stuff. And then at one point he opened YouTube to show me something. And then, and by the way, I was doing like the hit thing, right? The hit on the shoulder thing. By the way, I touched every person's shoulder. It feels like I hugged so many people, touched everyone's shoulder, touched everyone's arm. I'm just a touchy person. Like, apparently that's just like my setting whenever I'm excited or comfortable. I don't know. So anyways, it wasn't necessarily like a purposeful thing, but it was just kind of like my natural response in that moment. So he was saying something funny, and I was like, boop, 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 doop, on his shoulder, and he was saying like, oh, the beat was trash though, and I'd be like, you have the right to say that, because he was saying he makes beats and all this stuff. So cool. Goes to show me something, and he pulls up this thing where it's like a video about narcissism. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're learning about that? That's amazing. Oh, you must be dealing with someone like that's so dope that you're like seeking understanding. He was saying like, oh yeah, I'm like going to therapy. I'm like, that's awesome, because the reason why he said that he was going to therapy was he was like, oh my god, my words. He said, okay, to be honest, I'm married, and something about like he thinks his wife's cheating on him, and I was like, oh no, and I immediately like pulled back a little bit. Excuse me, because I was like, oh shit, like, am I being flirty with a married ass man? Oops, you know, like that was not my intention, you know. Also, he wasn't giving the vibes of like back the fuck up bitch. Like that wasn't the vibe that was given either. Not to say that it was his fault that I was being like this or whatever, like hitting his shoulder and shit. Like that's fully me. I take accountability for that 100%. But what was I saying? My teeth have been so sensitive. But yeah, once he said that, about his wife, he thinks he might be cheating on him, I was like, okay. I was like, Alma, you somehow need to pull back a bit. And he was saying how like, oh, like, you know, he feels like he might have done something, and like, I was like, okay. Because one thing I've had to learn is that you don't get in married people's business, period. 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 You don't give advice? No. And also, y'all, I'm gonna just be so 1000 with you. Like, I am single. I am success driven. And I cannot solve other people's problems for them. And I'm so aware of that now. Like, I'm always like at the point of like, yes, I want to support you. However, things of that level of seriousness, I cannot, like, also I just met you, right? And then also the fact that you were watching a video about narcissism, saying that like you feel like you have some things you have to work on. Like, it's giving yellow flags, you know? It's like, I can't, this is too deep. Especially for the first interaction, like I can't go in that deep with you. I'm so sorry. Like I just can't. I have boundaries and shit now, so it's not gonna. I'm not your therapist, and I can't be also. I also cannot become your therapist. As much as I enjoyed, like, thank you for the compliment and the diss of my beat, but I can't. And the funny thing was that the conversation that we had was the most natural conversation I had the entire night. Most of the other conversations were like choppy or like, hey, like everyone, we're all being awkward, like myself included. And so that was the most natural, like someone saying that you sound kind of shitty. It's like, oh, that's funny. And then the fact that I wasn't offended and the fact that it wasn't even said to be offensive, like it was funny because it was like honest, fresh, authentic, right? Complicated. Things are so complicated, you know? So there was that. So there was one point where I kind of like stepped forward and just never ended up stepping back into the conversation. I mean, I always like to close conversations, but sometimes I don't know how to. I'm starting to see that a lot of people are like that because there's sometimes where people will just walk away without saying anything and I'll just be like, oh. And I think I'll accidentally do the same thing. So I gotta work on that. Moving on to a slightly different topic. I kind of sometimes do this thing where while I'm out, I'm like, oh, I should be like smoother and like become super close with all these people, because you know those people that they're like they have all these friends and you know all of this stuff, and it's just like they're such good connectors and all this shit. That's one of those things where I'm starting to wonder if I might just accept that that's just not my thing. Like I talked about this a little bit, I think in the last vlog or maybe on my like Instagram or something, but I'm so protective of my brain and like I'm so protective of my heart. Like I really do guard my heart, like so serious. And I love people so much, which is why I have to be like very careful. I feel like that's why I feel like I'm so careful with myself. Like I'm so sorry, but I'm not the person that's gonna like put myself in 30 million rooms for the sake of networking. At least not where I'm at right now. Like there might come a point in my life where I'm like building my cafes and shit and I'm like, bitch, I gotta get investors. And that's like the route that I might decide on in that moment. Hold on, let me turn my light. It's a little better. If I get to that point and I feel like that's what I need, then by all means, then I will do that. But where I'm at currently, like, that's just not really what I'm like looking for. Networking, like, I feel like I need to master music. I need to master the production process. I need to master, singing. I need to master performance. I need to master dancing. Like, I have so much shit I need to work on. And then I also need to master communication. I need to master, you know, songwriting. Did I already say that? Production? I think I said that. I need to master my finances. Like there's so many things I need to just work on, even for my own self, my own sake, especially with the type of success that I want. So that doesn't always mean that I have to be out like looking to like seek a connection. And then like I think that when you go out sometimes, because I've been there before where I'm like, I just need to network and like meet the right people. And when you go with that kind of mindset and energy, it can be a bit stuck for you. Like it's a bit frozen. Like it's not natural for you when it comes to meeting people. And that's just not how I'm trying to move it. It can become very transactional. And that's just not even what I want. Like even when it comes to music and like wanting to work with people, I've had to move past that because I think a big part of me having even been in that stage is the desperation, like the frustration of having to work at jobs and like figure out money or like living in a situation that you hate. Like it will genuinely drive you crazy. like 100%. Like it will actually drive you insane. And so because of that, you can become desperate and like seek like, what can I do? And then one of the things is like collaborate. Okay, cool, let's collaborate, let's network, build connections. I gotta get out of here. I gotta figure out how to get myself out of here. And it's like, there's something to be said for that, because there's some people where that is their shit. That really is how it works for some people. However, I, for myself, I'm starting to wonder if maybe that's not the exact route that it takes me. So like, I ended up networking tonight, sort of, right? I ended up making like, I have 7 new followers, and I'm following 7 new people. So that's 7 new connections, you know? But it was more of like a byproduct of, hey, I want to perform, and there's other creatives here. And it said in the thing like networking, but that wasn't my first intention. Even though I have like 15 of my little stream Alma Valentine bands in my back. It was more of like a byproduct of me wanting to perform. And the reason I want to perform is, one, because I love it. I was at that point recently where I was like, I don't know why I'm living anymore. And when I get to that point, it always leads me back to music, every time. Because there's nothing in the world that makes me feel how it makes me feel. The feeling of being on stage, the feeling of like fully expressing my heart in a song. There's nothing else that has done that for me. And I don't think there's anything else that will. Like working at a cafe could never fulfill me in the way that making music has and does. I know I want to create these cafe spaces, and I can't wait, you know, to do that. And I enjoy being a barista, you know, but music is number one. And so I'm thankful to be engaging with that again. But that's part of why it's like, this is life force for me. It's fun. And then of course there's so many things that I've always wanted from life, like to be a billionaire, you know, to fucking be famous and shit, and like all over the world be successful. Like, why not? You know, why not? So I just want to be consistent though. I want it to be my lifestyle, and I'm really looking more big picture, like lifestyle changes rather than just like one-off mediocre performances with gigantic expectations of like, oh, maybe the right person's gonna be here and I'm gonna get a big opportunity. Like, excuse me, I just kind of feel faithful that my success is going to come right now. Like, I don't know how, I don't know when, but I just know if I continue to like purposefully work on what I want to master, I'm going to find success in it. So like, let's say I just started performing now, right? And I keep doing it consistently. It might take me 3 years, even if I'm performing every week. It might take me 3 years to actually get to the point where I'm getting paid to perform. But shit, I'd rather do that than like take the next 5 years wondering like, maybe I should be performing, and then I perform once a fucking quarter and I'm like, I'm still not successful. Like, you know, I just don't want that. Like, I'd rather be a consistent to where it's like success has no other option than to come my way, you know? That's where I'm at right now. Also, when I look at people that are successful, I'm going on, so I think I'm about to cut this off. But successful people, for example, Beyonce, right? She just put out this country ass album. Who the fuck told her she could do it? She just wanted to, bro. They do what the fuck they want, but they're very consistent and very, very hardworking. There's no one that can deny how much effort that Beyonce has put into her work. I mean, I just remember watching like a piece of one of her concerts from like way back, and me just being like, how the actual fuck? It's undeniable the amount of effort that she puts in. And so when you put in that level of effort, there's no other choice but for the world to give that shit back to you in some way. And so she's rich, but she has every right to be rich. Like, she has every fucking right to be rich. She's famous, she has every right to be famous. She gets praised, has every right for it. It's like, she's truly undeniable. That is the type of success I want. It scares me, and it makes me like, ugh, how the fuck am I gonna do that? I still don't know how, but I'm going to do the best I can. I pray that God keeps my head together. Amen. Thank y'all so much for watching this vlog. I don't know, maybe I'll come back. I don't know. There's sometimes where I'm doing that thing where you're like being yourself. Excuse excuse me, and it can lead to like awkward moments. Like there was this one point where this guy, they pulled his name twice from this raffle, because like the way the open mic was set up was like a raffle type thing, right? So if they pull your name, then you get the chance to come up, right? So somebody pulled his name out, and he's like, oh no, I'm not gonna perform. What was my name even in there? Right? Like, and then they were like, okay, let's see, how about you just pull the next person's name, because he refused to like perform, right? And he pulls the next person's name. He pulls his name again, right? Again. And he was like, no. And then the dude that was the host, Jeremy, he was like, we'll come back to you. And so he denied like going up there like twice. And then Jeremy was like, no, you gotta do it, right? And tell me why voice in my head is like, I'm gonna go up to that man and speak life. You know what I'm saying? So I go over, I'm like, listen, I step on this nigga's shoe, bro. Cringe number 1. Cringe number 2, awkward moments with Alma. That's what this is right now. Awkward moments with Alma. Cringe number 2 is I try to like tell him like, yo, like literally can sing whatever it is. I was like, God does things sometimes and it's always for a reason, right? So I was like, I don't care if you sing 4 bars. I don't care if you go up there and sing fucking Usher. Like, get up there and while I was saying and, he turns to the person that he came with and starts like talking. So I was just like, yo, just get your ass up there and sing, Completely ignored, right? But then he gets up there and he's singing Daniel Caesar, like after a few minutes, right? Because he apparently, he asked the host, like, is it okay if he sings Daniel Caesar, blah, blah, blah. This guy fucking kills it. Absolutely kills it. But I'm just like, in that moment though, like he literally barely acknowledged that I was there. You know, like turning away mid-sentence, like barely acknowledged that I existed, right? And I'm just like, God, did you still want me to do that, or am I just crazy? Am I just crazy? Like, am I actually just crazy, or did God really just tell me like, oh, go speak life, But then, but I mean, he did get up there and sing a cover though. So did I inspire that or what? Do I just want to take credit, maybe? Because this nigga was refusing, but then I went over there and was like, yo, literally, I don't care if you sing 4 bars, Usher, blah, blah, blah. But then he did fully start ignoring me after that. I mean, I'm fully a stranger. I get it, yes. But I'm also a very cute stranger, number 1. Number two, like, I feel like when someone is speaking life, like, you know, like, you have to listen. You know, but hey, niggas do what they want, bitches do what they want, everyone does what the fuck they want, and sometimes that might not be what Alma Valentine would expect, okay? But hey, it is what it is. That was just an awkward moment. All right, we're gonna maybe end it on this note with my off-brand. I can't lie, you're the love of